Well, we are with Orion and Lauren.
Yeah,
Orion is saying sex is off the table since Lauren had sex 2 months ago.
that was from last episode. This is a continuation. Go ahead, Blair.
Yes, she felt Orion was judging her.
Mm-hmm.
And he says that's, the sex 2 months ago is part of the reason, but also he wants to take the right steps and not rush into sex. Lauren is saying, look, the things that you're saying are not aligning with the conversation that we're having.
It's not.
And you're not aware that you're flip-flopping, so let's just have a quiet meal. Let me enjoy my food.
Stop talking to me.
Yeah.
Stop talking to me. First of all, just to give a little quick recap, just to build the table a little bit, Blair. She was foreplaying and things like that. They was foreplaying with each other and things like that. You could tell she was in a happy mood. This is from last episode. She was in a happy mood, and they was basically talking about sex. She was talking a little frisky. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, just being a little too open. But what's really too open? You are my husband. You are my spouse. You get what I'm saying? I thought I was talking to a friend, And she shared some information that she thought that a friend would accept and not judge her for, and she was wrong. How did you feel about that scene, Blair?
I felt like Orion was judging her. I
Yes.
felt like she said, like, him being a flip-flopper and not being clear as far as what he was really feeling.
Yeah.
And I understood why she wanted him to just shut up, because you're not even really saying how you feel. So what's the point of having a conversation if you're not being honest and we can't actually tackle the problem?
Exactly. Now, initially, I had no problem with what Orion, reasoning of feeling that way. I just don't agree with the lies that he's saying.
Yeah.
There is some, if I was to give some type of definition, if I was signing up to be on the show to where I get married, I would question your intent of sleeping with someone literally before you get on the show. Now, I understand that you was not picked yet at that time to get on the show. I understand that point, right? But that is something that I would bring up, but I wouldn't bring it up in the way that Orion did, to where I'm like, well, since you did that, sex is off the table. Like, no, you got to ask questions because you felt insecure. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Don't put it on her as if she did something wrong. What she said was a fact, and you didn't like that fact, and that made you feel some type of way. So your question should basically be geared to how you felt towards the information that she gave you. You should be like, well, where was your mindset 2 months ago? Things like that. Besides, like, oh, wrong answer, sex off the table.
And the thing is, he shut down the conversation by saying that, and expected her to continue it.
Exactly.
To say what?
Exactly.
You said it's off the table. That's what the topic was. So I guess we done talking.
That's all she was talking about. She was talking about sex and things like that. Now, granted, at that time, you got to understand something, that in the first episode of this season, Lauren do talk about her self-esteem and things like that, and how she kind of bears that burden kind of heavier than the actual weight of the burden is.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So you have to understand that, y'all don't really know each other. You get what I'm saying? So the idea that you kind of judge her when she kind of opened herself up to this weird experience, it did land it heavy on Lauren, and she was wearing it to the point where she was like, we go play the silent game.
Yeah.
We go play the quiet game. Anything else you want to share? Because this is going to be a topic throughout the whole episode. I
just wanted to round out that scene and just how she started getting tearful because he said he didn't want to sit and quiet.
Yeah.
He wanted to fix the problem. And she's like, look, I'm not in a space to fix it right now.
Yeah.
I don't feel safe. I don't want to speak about it. And he tries to say, I'm sorry if you felt such and such. And she's like, that kind of apology doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
And he says, well, I guess I have nothing else to say.
Initially, I was commending Orion as we go throughout the episode, and that go be taken back. I was commending because I was like, hey, to say we go sit in silence is kind of wild.
Yeah.
The table is this close. And we're literally looking at each other, and I'm just hearing the fork hit the plate. Obviously, I can tell the atmosphere changed. I didn't mean to change the atmosphere, but sometimes some people need time to decompress and come off the emotions that they feel at the moment. But in that moment, the problem that I have with Orion is the fact that he acted like judge, jury, and all the above.
Yeah.
You don't get to say sex is off the table as the sole person in the marriage. based off an answer. There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
You got it out?
I got it out finally. You know, am I sick? You know what I mean? Like, you don't get to say, oh no, wrong answer. That makes me uncomfortable. So no sex for you. Like, no. You should have talked about how uncomfortable that made you feel and get more clarity of where her mind was. Because guess what? She probably don't feel good. Well, we don't know how she felt about the sex 2 months ago. Because you went from step 1 to step 35.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? We gonna come back to this type of topic because this is basically the undertone of the whole episode. Blair, come on, let's go while we still got your voice.
Okay.